This is Dr. Barbara Millar, welcoming you to another Holy Health Hint from the Goshen SDA Church. Last week, we discussed stress and distress, and we considered ways to manage the negative effects of both. Well, just as there is night and day and up and down, there is a positive side to stress in our lives, so that is our focus today. As I mentioned last week, everything in life is temporary. Nothing is permanent, and I always tell patients that life is like the weather. If you don't like the way things are currently, just wait a while. It will change. So really, how can there be any benefit to stress in your life? We are constantly complaining about it and running away from it, and we get stress headaches and stress backaches. So how could stress ever be actually beneficial? You have heard it said that attitude is everything, and that is true. It is not so much the stress that can be our problem, but the consequence of our perception that stress is bad for our health. Yes, stress can make your heart pound and you might breathe faster, but these can also be positive signs that your body is getting energized and is preparing you to meet the challenge. There was a study conducted at the University of Wisconsin that asked 29,000 people to rate their stress level over the past year, as well as how much they believed that stress influenced their health. People who reported having high levels of stress and who believed stress had a large impact on their health had a 43% increased risk of death. On the other hand, those who experienced a lot of stress but did not perceive its effects as negative were among the least likely to die as compared to all other participants. So the pearl there is that stress may actually be correlated with longevity. If a person does not view it as a negative. Another study at the University of Buffalo found that every major stress event increased an individual's risk of death by 30%. But overall, this increase was erased for those who reported high rates of helping others, even if they additionally dealt with a lot of stress. So the pearl there is that giving to others significantly reduces stress-induced mortality. Excuse me. There are many other studies that present valid information that stress can have a great deal of benefit also. I will condense some of these findings for you. Moderate stress can lead to cell growth in the brain's learning centers. Stress can stimulate helper hormones such as epinephrine and corticosterone, increases that to vulnerable parts of the body to increase immune cell aggregation. Stress can motivate you to succeed and can contribute to your resiliency. We have all most likely experienced the positive effects of stress when we have a deadline to meet or a goal to accomplish. Can stress make your life better? Have you ever seen that list of significant life stressors with a score attached to each event? And when you add your score all together, you find out if you should still be alive or not? But it all depends on how you let this list affect you. Those with some lifetime experience of adverse events reported less disability and used the healthcare system less often than those with no stress or adversity. We are like a Stradivarius violin. A little tension on the strings brings out the best beautiful music. So perhaps experiencing a bit of stress makes us stronger and better able to tolerate and adapt to life's difficulties. Going through a moderate stressor may help us to learn new skills. We may gain confidence in managing stress. Ever hear, if I can do this, I can do the next difficult thing? We may be less likely to fear change. Finally, folks who never experience any stress may be too adverse to taking reasonable risks, making them less likely to reach their goals in life and relationships. We find further support in Scripture for welcoming the positive effects of stress, as in 2 Timothy 1:7. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 23, let the Spirit change your way of thinking. In John chapter 14, verse 27, peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give it to you as the world does. Do not let your hearts be distressed or lacking in courage. In James chapter 1, verses 2-4, consider it a great joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you experience various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. Well, that's it for this week in looking at the other side of stress, what could be the positive effects. So until next time, stay well, stay close to God, and bless you and be healthy. Thank you.